Hello? Yeah, it's Retro Talks Tuesdays. Who's ready? Let's go. All right, guys. Newjeans has came back with their new song called Ditto. I was looking forward to this comeback because I was very interested to see what the girls were going to do this time around. One thing I would say, I really love what they came back with, and I'm going to talk more about both of the music videos, the A version and the B version. I'm going to talk about the song, the lyrics first, and then I'm going to talk about the music video last. Okay, let's talk about the song. The song was a lot lower. It was more soulful than their last title track. You know, Attention was more in your face. It was more like upbeat. But Ditto was a lot more slower, a lot more emotional. When I first listened to the song, I watched a version of the video first. And I think I was more into the actual music video. And I didn't really listen too much of the song. It was just more of a slower song. And I'm like, you know what? Let me listen to it again. Because when I listened to it, I was actually really tired that day. So I listened to it again a couple more times. I watched the A version, then the B version of the video. Then I actually went to the lyrics and listened to it. So I listened to it like 3 times in a row. And then I'm just telling you, like, the song just touched my heart. Like, it really did. Like, the song is just so smooth and they sound so like soulful and so like I don't know, it just seems more like harmonies, more soulful. They have a little bit more emotion in their voices. We heard a little bit of that when they did Hurt, because Hurt was like a slower, more emotional song. But this one right here just has something about it that was like nostalgic, and it just really took you back to a time like your childhood. It just something about it just made me really have like those flashbacks of my childhood when I was growing up and when I was in school. Okay, let's talk about some of the lyrics, and I'm going to talk about the lyrics that stood out the most to me. Well, I first want to talk about when Penny does the chorus, and it says, "Stay in the middle, like you a little, don't want no riddle, say it back, oh, say it ditto, can't wait till the morning to say it ditto." Okay, and everybody know that ditto is something that you say if somebody say I love you, but somebody will say ditto. Basically, that means that they feel the same way. They feel the same way back. If somebody says ditto, it's like kind of like they're agreeing with you or saying like, yeah, right, you like me, I like you too. So basically, staying in the middle of something is like when you can contemplate your feelings for a person. If you like somebody, you want to know if that person likes you back. When she says, I like you a little, really sometimes we like somebody a lot, but we try to play it off like, no, I just like them a little bit, but knowing that we really have these deep feelings for them, but we are afraid that they might not feel the way. And saying don't want no riddle, we don't want that person to lie to us or tell us like, yeah, I like you too, and the whole time they don't really like us the way that we like them. We want people to be very honest and very clear. Like, I need you to say ditto. I need you to be like, yes, I like you as much as you, I like you just as much as you like me. Make it real. I don't want to hear no bull, no BS, no riddle, no talking in circles. I want to hear your true feelings, your true emotions. So that stood out a lot to me as well. And this doesn't have to just be about a romantic relationship. This can be about a friendship, even a family ship. At the end of the day, we want to know that people care about us the same way that we care about them. Because if somebody does not care about you the way that you care about them, then there's no need to really try to force a relationship if it's not there. You want to know the truth. Don't give me no riddle. Don't give me no BS. No whatever. Tell me how you really feel or let me go on with my life. And another lyric that stood out to me is when Hiring and Danielle sang the first verse, and it goes, "Do you want somebody like I want somebody? Smiled at me, but do you think about me now? Yeah, all the time. Yeah, all the time." Basically, what I got from that is like when you telling a person, do you want somebody to love you just as much as I want somebody to love me? Do you feel the same loneliness that I feel? Because if you feel that, then we can be each other's sense of happiness. When you smile at me, do you think about me, or are you just being nice? And also in the pre-chorus with Hayim and Jaime, one of my favorite parts of this song when they go, "Got no time to lose." I really love how they sung. And what I got from Got No Time to Lose is that a lot of times you really may need somebody in your life. You might be going through a hard time and you really need to know if that person's going to be there for you, because you don't have time to lose. Sometimes, some people go through stuff where they feel so lonely that they may, thinking out of emotion and making a very impulsive decision that may be permanent. Like they said, don't make a permanent decision for a temporary feeling. But some people get that sad and they feel so alone that they feel like nobody cares. They might go out there and do something that may end up really, really sad. And then it goes, I got nothing to lose. And basically, when somebody said they have nothing to lose, basically they said they have nothing to lose. They have no shame to basically say what they got to say, do what they got to do. They have nothing to lose. They don't have anything that they care about what people think. They don't have, like, you know, no judgment. And they just have nothing to lose. So they're going to say how they feel. And they just want to know, do you feel the same? At that point, you're ready to go all in and basically just tell the person, like, look, I like you. Do you like me back? Yes or no? Because regardless if they feel the same way that you feel, at least you have the courage to say what you had to say. And you can finally let that go. Once you said it, you said it. I told you how I felt. Now it's up to you. If you like me, fine. If you don't, fine. But at least I know that I had the courage to say how I felt. And you can live with it. One of the last lyrics that really stood out to me was when Newjeans goes into post-chorus. She says, I don't want to walk in this maze. Not that I know everything, but just as I want it, say it back. Oh, say it ditto. I want you, so want you. So say it ditto. Basically, what they're trying to say is that they're tired of going in circles. They're tired of going in zigzags about their feelings. They got to the point where now they have finally said what they said. They need you to say something. Sometimes you will tell a person how you feel and they won't even say anything back. They won't say yes. They won't say no. They'll just stare at you like a deer in the headlights. And it's just that blank stare of them not knowing how to express their feelings and them maybe being shocked or maybe being caught off guard or maybe just not knowing what to say. Because they may feel the same way but don't know how to say it, or they may not feel the same way and don't want to be mean, so they won't say nothing at all. But at that point, you just want an answer. Like I said, at that point, you don't care if it's yes, you don't care if it's no. You just need an answer. Okay, now I'm going to talk about some of the theories that I think about both of the MVs. I'm just going to talk about A and B together. I'm not going to just like separate them. I'm going to talk about both of the theories basically together, and I'm going to give each theory that I have for basically both of the videos, and that's how I'm going to do that. Okay, so the first theory that I have is that the main character, Heesoo, which it took me a minute to realize that she was not one of the Newjeans members. Because at first I was like, okay, I see Newjeans dancing, but who is this girl following them around? At first I thought it was one of the members, and I realized, like, no, they named the girl Heesoo. So this is a whole nother girl that basically followed them around with the camera. So basically the theory that I have is that Heesoo was basically like that kid in school who has a group of friends, but they're not really part of the group. And I can relate so much to this theory because this is kind of how I felt in school, where you will have, like, you're friends with people, but you always feel like you're the odd man out. Like, they might just be a lot closer together. They may be more close, like how all the girls are always dancing together. But Heesoo is always the one that's recording them. She's never joining in with the dancing, or even when they're just sitting down talking. It's like Heesoo is just basically watching the other girls have fun and interact with each other, and she's just there. And that really hit hard for me. It was so relatable of what I felt like growing up in school, where I will have these so-called friends, and even though I would be around these people, I would still feel very lonely because it always felt like I was just there. And they were always the one that seemed like they were having fun together, and I was just watching them have fun. And that's kind of what Heesoo kind of gave me, like, when you're supposed to be in a friend group, but you don't really feel like you're part of the friend group. And if we go back to the lyrics of the song, when it kind of goes like, you know, like you a little, don't want no riddle, say it back, say it ditto. Like I said, this song could be about a romantic partner. It could be about a friendship. It could be about a family ship. When you are in a friend group and you feel like, okay, I'm the odd man out, do you guys really care about me or not? When you ask in that friend group, are we really friends, or I'm just here to be your assistant? It's like you're the friend that everybody calls when they need help, when they need a therapist, when they need somebody to do something for them. Like how Heesoo is always holding the camera when the girls are practicing. But what do they do for her? And then you start to see throughout the music videos that it's a boy that she kind of looks at. It seems like he's always watching her as well. And I feel like she may have a bit of a crush on him, but she's not telling her friends because she feels like they will not listen to her, because basically they don't listen to her. And that's why Heesoo might feel so alone, because she has this friend group that she's not really a part of. She has this guy that she has a crush on, but she's too afraid to say something, and she can't talk to her friends about it because they don't pay attention to her. Okay, the second theory that I have is that Newjeans is not really there, because as you can tell when you get to like the B side, we can tell that, you know, Newjeans is not really there. It's really just Heesoo holding up a camera, basically videotaping other stuff and imagining videotaping Newjeans. So what I got from that is that basically Heesoo is a lonely child. She may be a lonely kid. She might even have a hard childhood. Because if you see that she has a cast on her hand. So what I'm thinking is that maybe her parents may be abusive towards her, so she doesn't know how to communicate with other people, so she just goes around imagining that she has friends through Newjeans. Like Newjeans is her friends, but really Newjeans is a girl group. So basically how some fans will project like fantasies and things onto idols, like, so I'm thinking that Newjeans is like a girl group that she actually is a fan of. She's imagining that Newjeans is going to school with her, like, and she's basically being protected by Newjeans, by them, dancing for her, entertaining her. Basically how fans watch music videos and they get happy from seeing, their faves dance, because as you see that when there was a part where she was recording Newjeans, but they weren't really there. But as you look at her face, all you can see was her mouth. And she had this big smile on her face. And that's how a lot of these fans feel when they watch their faves perform. They get a sense of happiness, of belonging. They feel a part of like a fandom. Because they don't really have any real friends or maybe any real family. So their idols are basically like their friends. And she's imagining Newjeans basically being her friends, while the other kids are looking at her like she's crazy. At the end of that one part, you see that it's her and Newjeans are basically standing inside of the school building and it's raining. And then you can see that Newjeans is basically looking at her. And I interpret that two different kind of ways. The first way that I saw that particular part is when, if we go back to the first theory, that basically Heesoo is basically like that friend that's just kind of like on the outside. Basically, what I got from that part is Newjeans is basically looking at her, waiting for her to come follow them, waiting for her to give them maybe her umbrella, or maybe waiting for her to come videotape and practice. But this time she chose to walk away. She chose herself. She chose her peace. And she basically is leaving a friendship that she was never really a part of in the first place. And the second way to interpret is going back to the second theory, is where basically leaves behind Newjeans and she finds a real friendship with the boy that she clearly had a crush with. Basically, and that part is basically she stopped living through Newjeans and started living her life. Now, my third theory may be a bit of a plot twist. I feel like that Newjeans and the boy that she had a crush on, none of them are there. I feel like the only people that are really there is Heesoo and the other kids in her class. But I don't feel like that boy is real, and I don't feel like Newjeans is real. I'm going to get more into it. Because at the beginning of A side, you see an adult Heesoo basically going through her old childhood stuff. And you see like the bunny, and that can represent like Newjeans' logo. Also, you see that she finds her old videotapes and she puts it into the TV and she starts watching it. As you see that she's alone. Newjeans is not there. That boy that she had a crush on is not there. It's just her by herself. Like, she's still alone till this day now as an adult. So basically, let me go back to when she was a kid. Because there was a part when Heesoo saw the deer. And once she saw the deer, she followed the deer. And then you see her walking with the guy that she liked. I feel like the deer was there, not him. I honestly feel like the deer was the boy. You know what I'm saying? He was the boy. He wasn't really a real person. She saw that deer and she just followed that deer. And I think that's probably the same way that she may have hurt herself, by following that deer. Because you noticed she walked somewhere that was like snowy or ice. Maybe she fell and hurt herself, and that's how she got that cast. And there's a part when Heesoo was basically walking at night and she see Newjeans dancing. I think that Newjeans is just a bunch of girls that she saw randomly one day dancing, and maybe she thought they were cool, and that was it. I don't really think that she knows them. I think maybe she was imagining them dancing at school with her because maybe she just thought they was cool. Maybe she just wanted to be like, because I'm starting to think that maybe she's mute and maybe she doesn't know even how to speak. I'm starting to think that maybe she can't talk at all. Like, because of that, traumatic experience that she went through when she hurt her arm, maybe because of that, she can't speak now. And theory 4 was that she was originally supposed to be in a group with Newjeans. They were supposed to be a group, and she was supposed to be in a group. But because she hurt her arm and went through a traumatic experience, she could not practice with them. So basically what they did, they allowed her to be the camera girl. And they basically said, basically when you get better, you will join a group with us. But if you see, there's certain clips where Newjeans was practicing by themselves. Like they was behind a bush practice. They were at the park at night practicing. And it seems at one part that she kind of got upset. She saw them practicing, so she went up on the roof. She basically dropped her camera and broke it because she was supposed to be the person that was there with them when they were practice, but they left her out. Because there's a part in the video where you see her crying in the corner, and basically somebody is calling her phone. I think it's Newjeans calling her to ask her where she's at and if she's okay, because maybe they saw her leave, or maybe they just been checking up on her to make sure that she's okay. If you look in the corner, you can see a guitar. So basically, maybe she was a guitar player, maybe she was a singer as well and was supposed to be in this group, but because of that, she couldn't do it. And because she broke her arm, and maybe that traumatic experience, maybe she can't play the guitar anymore, maybe she can't sing or rap anymore or dance anymore. So because of that, Newjeans went on to be a girl group by themselves. And then you see in the beginning of the side A, she was by herself, and maybe she was going through her old childhood stuff. So maybe by watching that old, videotape of her old school days, maybe that was peace to her. Maybe that was like her finding peace and closure, finally letting go of the situation that happened. Things didn't end up the way that she thought her life was going to end up, but she's still here, she's still alive, and she still has something to be happy about. Okay, so my final thoughts on Ditto is that Ditto is an amazing song. It's very emotional. It's very soulful in its way. It's very nostalgic. The music videos are very amazing, well made, and it's just, I love that these are the kind of videos where you can have so many different theories. And the thing about it, everybody can be right. When it has a music video like this, there's so many different ways you can interpret it. There's so many different ways that different people can perceive it, and I would love to hear you guys' theories on the MV of what you thought and what you felt. Please comment down below, what are you guys' theories, and do you guys agree with any of the theories that I have? And which one were your favorite? I would love to know. So 1, 2, or 3, or 4 out of the theories that I have, which one is your favorite? What's some theories that you guys have? Like I always say, stay true to yourself, stay blessed, be happy, be nice to people, and deuces, baby. Bow. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you, RETROMANIACS.